Hello, it's Richard at Richard's Guitars, and I've come to talk to you. I've come to talk to you about the fiasco of the competition, like results, and some slightly unhappy people and things. And first of all, what I'd like to say is, first thing I want to say is, on reflection, I can see why certain people would have felt that they'd put the effort into, I'm being open-minded, I'm entering dialogue, because this is what you do in life, right? When someone's shouting at you, you try your best to see it from their side. So, so obviously, from looking at it from the perspective of the person who's angry or upset, what I did was I said it was going to be random, and so that phrase "random" understandably was taken as read, and so then lots of people made the effort to work out the chunks, and then once they'd done that, they thought, right, I've got a chance, I can leave that, and maybe I'll win, maybe I won't. And then on finding the video where there was another layer added, it upset those people. And on reflection, I can totally understand why certain people would naturally feel disappointed. So, where that leads me to is to make me, I want to use this in a positive way to reflect and think about the sort of deeper meaning of this situation, right? There's always a positive that can be pulled out of these things. Now, my first reaction, which is always my first reaction, is to be deeply, deeply upset, probably kind of angry as well, and sort of, feel let down. I feel like, Jesus, all the effort just to have a load of aggro. Because, from my perspective, I just wanted to make it fun. So all I'm thinking about is I'm very naively knocking out a competition. I'm not a competition expert. I'm not a what are we all experts in real life? What are we really? And I'm certainly not an expert in making competitions up. So, and I'll tell you what genuinely went through my mind. And I just want to give this perspective, and this is going to be a slightly rambly thing, but it's fine. Just don't watch it. If you don't want to see someone chatting about what goes through their mind, don't watch this video, because I want to extend it a little bit farther out. But if you're interested in a little bit of a philosophical chat, then I'm here to do it today. So please take it or leave it. Leave now. Don't give it a thumbs down just because it's not of interest to you. But go. Leave. Don't go. I don't want to see any. That's a good point. All of this links in. You see, all of this connects. So I had tons of winning entries, and if I had been thinking selfishly, I literally would have just taken the first correct entry and just posted a message on my Facebook. It's the quickest and easiest thing to do. Couldn't have done it on YouTube because it wouldn't be a video even, would it? Or I could have put it in the what they call a social, or whatever bit of it is, the community section. I could just post a one-liner in there. Well done, you've won. So that would have technically been, well, it wouldn't have been random, would it? It would have been the first one that came into my inbox. Now, and lots of people would have done that, I'm sure, running a competition, quick and easy, get it out of the way. But I actually just really enjoyed the process and enjoyed the fun and games of it all. So, and it reminded me of, and anybody who has known me for a long period of time would know that when I first started on trading with guitars under the name of Regent Guitars, which was much more mainstream, didn't aim to be mainstream, just the way it ended, because I was selling lots of guitars. I had a forum, and interestingly, the reason that forum was created, and in its time it was extremely successful, if you want to call it that, forum, The reason I created that forum was because I posted a comment on a guitar forum, and I was completely, what they call roasted or burned or whatever they call it, by someone because I was a dealer, and I was obviously just trying to tout my wares. That was way back when, so 20 years ago, whatever. So I created my own forum. I thought, bugger that, I don't need to be involved in that kind of, environment. I'll just create my own forum. And I did, and I was really proud of it. It's actually still technically running, just a handful of people, and but I've become so tainted by online forums and the minority. It's always the minority, and this is kind of where we want to go to here, because just to keep this going, it all interlinks. So I created a forum. On that forum, every Christmas on New Year's Eve, this is before I had children, I would I? No. Father Christmas would come and visit the forum at literally Christmas Eve into the early hours, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning. And people who stayed, and what I was trying to do as an adult, I wanted to recreate the feeling that people have at Christmas, the feelings that we all have lost as we become adults. And giving adults an opportunity to literally behave like children, because I am just a big kid. So nothing's changed. And so... and it was amazing. And I hope if anyone's out there, one or two people who may just remember that, it was an extraordinary thing, and I was really proud of it. And I ran it, I think, for 2 or 3 years. And it became kind of like an annual event that people would wait to see, and it was just great fun. Until I had a guy who won a bass guitar. No, he did. I think he won a prize to a value of like 300 quid or something. Because you could go through the website and find things and find stockings, and they would be worth prizes. And I did all sorts of stupid things. I made up different stories and different storylines, so it wasn't the same every year. And if you look on my old forum, Santa Claus or Father Christmas, I think it was called Father Christmas, his login will still be there somewhere. So you could dig all this out. However, there was a guy that got a bass guitar, or he chose a bass guitar. Now, sadly, this bass guitar that he wanted wasn't available, wasn't in stock. And so, he hadn't paid for it. It was just a case of waiting for it to come in. Well, it took ages and ages for it to come in. I think in the end it took months to come in. And he gave me hell over it. And I think I can't even remember the details, but I think there was a whole hoo-ha and complaints about how long it's taking, and he shouldn't have to keep chasing it, and he shouldn't have to do this, and he shouldn't have to do that. To this day, he frequents, I'll name it's no big deal, the free fretboard forum, where you'll find all the lovers of my service, bitching about me. To this day, I couldn't believe it. Months, I haven't been on it for a long, long time because I was banned, but months ago, however long it was, there he was, still going on about this freaking bass. Oh yeah, Richard was really rude to me, and I just wanted what was owed to me, and he was really rude, and damn right I was rude. It's like, where are your manners? What? It's so, and this is going somewhere. This is going somewhere. So I didn't do the Christmas thing after that. I literally didn't do it anymore because it just destroyed, for me, the pleasure and the mystique and the fun of it and the goodwill. And that's what it's all about, isn't it? Goodwill to all men and all that kind of thing. So that didn't happen again. And then, so when this competition thing, my first thing was, oh man, here we go again. It's like, why are people so... But I can completely... Now that doesn't undermine that reflective view that, yeah, actually, if you say you're going to do it a certain way, it's you need to stick to the plan, or you need to at least address it in some way. It's a lesson learned. But what I want to talk about is the way that people react to a situation that isn't favourable, a situation that hasn't worked out for them. And I've realised that competition was an absolute classic example of my life in general in retail and dealing with the public, because you know, overwhelmingly, the atmosphere is positive. We all know that. Overwhelmingly, I feel blessed that there are people that I can connect with, and people who enjoy what we do, enjoy what I'm doing here, and even enjoy a ramble like this. But there will then be a minority that will see the negative in that situation, and it happens in my work all the time. And so what you tend to find is, although it's a tiny minority, this tiny minority over a period of 25 years, it gathers some pace. So you end up with this little army of real bitchy little haters who, and I'm sorry I shouldn't phrase it like that, but it's how I get because there isn't one of those people, of all the people that kind of minority camp consists of, there isn't a single one of them that I wouldn't shake the hand of, do anything I could to make that right for them. Literally anything. You know, I've got nothing. Why would I want people to hate me? It's just odd, isn't it? I mean, I don't want to fall out with people, and but it's almost like, and so sticking to my point, I've just got to accept that there are people who are going through their lives with their turbulence and their issues and then, you know, the baggage they're holding, and even though it will affect my business, you know, when people write really nasty comments about me, when people speak badly about a competition I've just done, or speak badly about a free gift they meant to have at Christmas, you know, and then they kind of want, if they want to use that against you forever and a day, and make you out to be something that you know you're not, that really is their kind of like sadness, and I sort of feel sorry for them. You know, it's really weird, isn't it? I can't be everyone's psychologist, can I? When someone comes to me and treats me like absolute crap on my live chat or something, or talks to me as if like we are, you know, just, I mean, there's people who I've refused to send a guitar to, you know, just purely because they've spoken to me. I remember, and this is why I get the kind of Marmite effect, you know, but 99.9, isn't it, percent is people who you're just bonding with and connecting with, and then there's this sort of, you know, and you can't even speak ill of them because they clearly have issues. They've been brought up in a certain way, or they've had life experiences, whatever it is, and so you can't even think badly of them, and you have to feel a bit sorry for them. But I had a guy, just throwing this at you as well, just 5 or 6 years ago now, my father-in-law, close personal friend, and meant so much to me, and he died, as you do, and this guy was ranting at me on the live chat because he was expecting a guitar to be dispatched, and my father-in-law just died and it hadn't happened, and that fell down to me to not dispatching it. And there he was, really going on very hard, and I actually did feel bad because, oh damn, this guy doesn't know what's going on. So I just said to him, look, please, I'm sure if you knew what was happening, you'd understand, and I can explain it all. And he sort of said, oh, I don't care what's happening, that's up to you, it's your business. So I rang him up and I said, look, I want to speak to you because, you know, and he didn't change his mind. I told him that my father-in-law had just died, and didn't care at all. You know, and just wait till I tell people, you know, you can't use excuses. That's your private. You're running a business. You're doing it. So I said to him, I'm going to get his guitar and I'm going to burn it in the street. I said so. That was my response to it. As you do. I said, yeah, I'm just going to go get your guitar. I'm going to burn it in the street. I said, I'd rather burn it than give it to you. You'll never see this guitar. So that's what. I didn't burn it in the street. I just gave him his money back, and he wasn't going to have a guitar from me. And that's why you get this kind of extreme. Sometimes people say, gosh, yeah, he was really rude. I'm not really rude. I'm just being human, and I'm just reacting. But I'm hoping what this video is showing you is that I will also completely reflect on every situation, and I will just keep trying to be the best I can be, and we'll all roll on with it. But it's interesting how that competition mirrors the greater picture of life, really. That's kind of, I've just got to look at it like that there will always be a minority that will shout louder than others, and they tend to get heard, and then they tend to spoil the party, don't they? It only takes one person to be having a fight with another person in the party, and it pretty much ruins the tone, even if you've got 300 guests. Those two guys over there fighting are going to pretty much spoil the whole party, aren't they? So, so to the people that kind of respectfully and politely said, "Oh, shame that I was out, and if I'd known," I am really genuinely really sorry about that. And I'd also like to offer anything I can, like, you know, if someone wants 10% off and you're in that list, or if you gave a correct answer and you are thinking about buying a guitar this month, I'll sort you out with something, and you know, just so let's move onward and upward. Yeah, well, that's it really. It's just a philosophical ramble. And just to let you know that I have spent the day today editing down a 2 hour, well, an hour and a half maybe I spent of the minor chord, the third chord in the key. I'm doing tuitional videos and I'm loving doing that. And so just to let you know that I've squished it down to half an hour. I now need to put the subtitles in and I need to get the images in, and I'm hoping to do that maybe by tomorrow night, but I'm not entirely sure. Right, and look at that. Oh, listen to this. Listen to this. Oh, 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 hang on. Ooh. Hang on a sec. What do you think of that, first of all? Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? I've just been playing on it. Absolutely crazy. It's the lemon drop, vintage lemon drop, the Peter Greeny type thing with the weird tone things. Isn't that gorgeous? It sounds incredible. But look. This is what I want to show you very quickly before I go. See what you think of this. Oh wow! It's kind of like ZZ Top, isn't it? Thanks, I like that. I even thought the melody line that ran underneath it, just using the looper. Isn't it amazing how you can build ideas? I like that. That's the kind of style of, don't know what you call that, kind of rocky. Is it kind of, what do you call it? What's the title of that kind of thing? It kind of reminds me a little bit of ZZ Top. Not deliberately so, just the way it came out. Okay, right, see you soon. I'm off, and I'll carry on editing that video down and leave you to it. Alright, night night then. See you later. See you soon. Bye.